Welcome back to another segment of the DLA in the News.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. The DLA guru is back in the building. I'm back in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, I'm back in the building. I was really looking forward to going live today. Got a fantastic presentation talking a little bit about the ins and outs of what's happening with the DLA in recent news. And I thought it'd be fantastic to kind of share this with you guys. For those of you who are DLA vendors, or you're interested in getting involved with the DLA and you're just looking at different ways of selling products through the DLA to the Department of Defense. Today is a great presentation talking a little bit about some changes that can be bittersweet as it relates to your DLA journey. But before diving into that, I just wanted to let you guys know today is also a Q&A, where if you are a subscriber to the channel, you'll have to be a subscriber. You can drop questions within the chat there, and I will be fielding any and all types of questions related to the DLA that you may have. All right, so today is the day just for general Q&A for the general public. So this is not a pre-scheduled live stream. This is kind of impromptu. I just wanted to spend a little time with you guys this Saturday to find out, who's new out there with the DLA. You guys want to just have a first row seat to yours truly, the DLA guru, to ask any questions related to your DLA journey. Today is the day. So feel free during my presentation to drop any of those types of questions right in the chat. Before actually getting into the presentation, I'd like to get a few more folks in the building. Looks like we got 2 concurrent viewers in the building. Appreciate the views that are out there. Hey, hit the likes up. I always like to have a parity to my views and likes. So if you guys are new to me, new to my channel, and you guys are loyal subscribers to my channel and the DLA vendor network that I'm beginning to get some traction and to grow, feel free to send me some likes and some heart emojis. I love heart emojis. So throw some heart emojis or some fire emojis in the chat there, just to let me know that you're enjoying what the DLA guru is cooking. All right, cool. We still got 2 concurrent viewers in the building. Not exactly sure if we're going to have a lot of folks chiming in today, because the topic, the fall of the DLA marketplace is kind of, people are like, wait, what is that? All right. But today you will learn a lot about the DLA FedMall marketplace. But if as more folks kind of chime in, I will definitely welcome you in. But for those of you who are out there, the 2 viewers that are there, feel free to drop in the chat your city, state, and zip. Well, not zip, but your city and state. I'm trying to get all your information, but your city and state where you're hailing from. I'm coming out of St. Louis, Missouri today. So it's a beautiful August summer day. As a matter of fact, guys, my birthday is August the 5th. So I got a birthday coming up here in a couple of more days. So I'm really, really excited about my birthday coming up, and, spend a little time with you guys, getting to know me and getting to know you a little bit more. It looks like we got 4 concurrent viewers in the building. Awesome. Welcome for those that are in the building. I really appreciate it. Oh, we got some comments floating in here. Cool. We got Brother James in the building coming out of Raleigh, North Carolina. We got Dexter Dixon Senior coming out of Irving, Texas. Okay, throw it on the screen there. We got Brother James. Hey, Brother James, welcome back. I know you are killing the game as it relates to your DLA success. And we got Brother Dexter Dixon that's coming out of Irving, Texas. Welcome. I really appreciate you guys chiming in. But yeah, today's live stream and the presentation today is all about some new news and some new happenings with the DLA. So let me go ahead and dive into today's presentation. Go ahead and get my favorite. Yes, you see the atom bomb on FedMall. Not sure if you guys have heard much about FedMall, but it used to be called the DOD E-Mall probably 10, 15 years ago. And back then, it was kind of a new e-commerce platform that the DLA, or the Department of Defense, I should say, had put together just to be another mechanism for getting like e-commerce products out to federal agencies. You guys have probably heard of GSA Advantage, GSAadvantage.gov, which is also another platform where folks can go log in, whether you are a federal procurement agent or just a regular person. You can go and buy products that are under GSA schedules. But today's conversation isn't really about GSA. It's more about DoD FedMall. But back in the day, it used to be called, DoD EMall. It used to be called that. And then it was rebranded and pulled underneath full control of the DLA. And they rebranded it to the name of the DLA's FedMall Marketplace. All right. So the FedMall Marketplace is just basically a place where you as a vendor can get a contract and be able to offer certain types of products that the federal government is looking for. The barriers to entry are very, very high. In my opinion, it was very difficult for us to get our catalog on FedMall, but we went through the painstaking process of learning how to get that done, and we were actually awarded a FedMall Marketplace contract. And we decided at the time to place the AbilityOne products within our catalog to compete for business. And we were on FedMall probably for about a little over 2 years. We've had our contract with FedMall, and we've had some great success in selling AbilityOne products to FedMall. So when I found out recently, like in the past couple of weeks, so I got a memo that the DLA is sunsetting the DLA's FedMall Marketplace. So not sure if you guys were interested in getting involved. Drop me a comment in the chat there if you guys have been if you know a little bit about FedMall, or you were investigating or researching, if you want to yourself get your company involved with FedMall. It'd be good to know if this is like new news, or if you guys have heard this before. But I always wanted my channel to be anything and everything related to the DLA, so I thought it'd be fantastic to talk a little bit about that today. But feel free to comment if you have anything to add to that. But before getting into the full presentation and kind of talking a little bit about that memo that I received and what the next steps will be as it relates to the FedMall, my name is Kiwi Hendricks. I am the U.S. Government Sales Manager with the National Material Supply Company. We have been servicing the federal government by way of the DLA and servicing the U.S. military, our warfighters, for the past 20 plus years, and I've coined the name the DLA Guru. So for those of you who are new to me, new to my channel, or you've seen some of my shorts and some other information, you know, the word is starting to get out about the DLA, and I'm really happy to be a part of that that marketing and the promotions and just getting the word out about the best thing since sliced bread, which is the Defense Logistics Agency. Hey, I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Looks like we got 4 concurrent viewers and 2 likes. Thanks for the likes. Hey, for those of you who are just, you know, a little shy hitting that like button, hit that like button. I always like to get some parity to the likes. And by all means, if you have any questions whatsoever as it relates to the DLA, your journey, or just, you know, wanted to let me know that you're out there. I love the engagement. You have to subscribe to the channel in order to send a comment in the chat there. So feel free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it means a ton to me. And by all means, you guys are always hearing me talking about liking. Likes, for whatever reason, this is, hey, I didn't build it. YouTube built it. Likes mean a lot to the YouTube audio rhythm, is what I like to call it. So the likes really help to promote my content and get it out to a broader audience. So I really appreciate the support. And by all means, share this content, share this video, share this feed, share any videos in my catalog to friends, family, business colleagues, loved ones, just to help to spread the word about the DLA, because, man, the DLA has been around for over 60 years, but not a lot of folks know about this fantastic federal agency where the barriers to entry is so low to get involved in selling and changing the trajectory of your business to be successful with doing business with the federal government by way of the DLA. So feel free to share that, and by all means, hit the notification bell, because you don't want to be a day late or a dollar short. And whenever I drop relevant content dealing with the DLA and your journey with the DLA to help support you. All right, cool. So more about today's live stream agenda, the fall of the DLA marketplace. Yeah, real sad, man. I just kind of wanted to put an atom bomb on there. Hey, Brother James says, I saw it, but did not know much about it. Okay, cool. All right, well, today, hopefully you'll be able to learn a little bit more about what FedMall is all about and was all about, because they are sunsetting it. And unfortunately, Brother James, you know, you've heard about it, but it probably doesn't make sense to really get too much more information about it, because the official sunset date will be 4th quarter this year, or the government's fiscal, at the end of this fiscal year for 2024, which will be October 1st, 2024. So the DLA has decided to stick a fork in it. They said they're done. And this is the memo that I actually received where they talked a little bit about it. So I got it on screen there, and I'll make it a little larger for those of you in the back. But yeah, this came from memo emailed to me as an attachment. So click on the PDF, open it up, and this is what I read. This was released on June 24th. It's interesting. The official memo was released, I guess, June 24th, but we received it like about a week ago via email from the FedMall marketplace folks. So like if you have a FedMall contract, they always are sending you information about what's going on with the FedMall. So this was one of those emails. And the subject header says FedMall Marketplace Sunset Plan for end of fiscal year 2024. All right. So you can just imagine when we received this particular memo, we were like, oh no, because we had put so much energy. I think we had over 4,000 national stock numbers that were loaded into this DLA FedMall Marketplace. And, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of customers that we have acquired over the past couple of years who were buying specifically AbilityOne products. And I'll talk a little bit more about AbilityOne in my presentation as well. I think I've talked a little bit about AbilityOne in the past, but don't get a lot of folks talking. I get a few emails every now and then asking questions like, hey, how can we become an AbilityOne distributor? But we don't really get a lot of questions regarding the AbilityOne products that the AbilityOne program is all about. They support the national industries for the blind. And, it really warms my heart to be involved with promoting products that are manufactured and produced in support of people with disabilities. So it's like a huge workforce that's out there. And it's great that these types of organizations, the AbilityOne Commission, is in support of empowering and employing people who are visually impaired, as well as other handicaps. And so that's what, AbilityOne is about. But again, we'll dive more into that. Going through this memo, just kind of reading some more of the content that's in here. All right, I'll just kind of get to the nitty gritty of it. And I think the second bullet point is really the most important piece of it. So the DLA's FedMall Marketplace is basically a program that allows regular contractors to get involved. So FedMall is bigger than just the marketplace, right? But the marketplace is that what allows companies like ours, private companies, to get involved in offering products through this online e-commerce platform. Now, the thing that I didn't like about FedMall, and probably the reason why the marketplace has imploded, is because it was very much cut off. We only had back-end access to FedMall. Or I should say, we're still part of it. As a matter of fact, we had some FedMall sales that came in the other day, but we only have back-end access to FedMall. I have never seen the front end of FedMall. We have no idea what our product listings look like. It's just kind of real closed circuit and strictly for federal procurement agents. So unlike GSAadvantage.gov, where anyone can log into that site and you can see products and see how your products look, the pictures, the images, the way it's, the way it flows, you have control of that. With FedMall, the FedMall Marketplace, we as vendors did not. So I think that that's probably one of the major reasons why FedMall failed. FedMall Marketplace has failed, in that whatever reason that the DLA or the federal government made decisions just to keep kind of the private sector out. They only had access to the back end, which was always a bone of contention for me and my team, because, we wanted to compete and make sure that our catalog was always, nice and shiny and pretty and things like that, to attract buyers to buy more of our products that are hosted in the DLA's FedMall Marketplace. All right. So back to this memo, the second bullet point here, I'll just kind of highlight it. They said, wow, the marketplace catalogs comprise over 60. Well, let's see here. Okay, while the marketplace catalog comprises over, I don't know why this little pop-up keeps coming here. That's just something that's going on with Adobe. But anyway, I'll just read it out loud here. While the marketplace catalog comprised over 60% of the items for sale on FedMall, only 0.008% of the items were actually sold in the previous 5 years. All right, keep in mind, guys, we've been involved with FedMall Marketplace for about the past couple of years. And, so to see this and read this memo for the first time and know that the numbers were just that low was surprising and shocking to me. Furthermore, total marketplace sales comprise just over 2% of the FedMall's annual revenue. All right. So again, I was meaning that marketplace is strictly for private sector, and then there's a overarching bigger piece of the pie that's just whatever the DLA is doing from, I guess, government to government agencies that we as marketplace contract holders didn't have, were not privy to or have access to. So they say we as marketplace vendors comprise over 2%, just about over 2% of the FedMall's annual revenue. Moreover, the requirement for FedMall to carry so many items significantly impacts catalog loading time, service-based performance, search results without a reasonable return on investment. All right. So there was a lot going on the back end as it relates to DLA and how they're managing it. But again, I think that the biggest issue that I saw was that we as vendors didn't have the ability to market it, because we couldn't do guerrilla marketing through our newsletters or any other tactics that we had to draw federal buyers into our catalog in particular, and saying that, hey, this is a safe place for you to go. And it's, I'm sure it's part of the FAR. I'm not exactly sure which FAR clause governs FedMall, but I believe it's a place that they are supposed to go there before they would go to Amazon or any types of e-commerce platforms that are outside of FedMall. So basically, you go to FedMall first. If it's not there, then you can go to Amazon. But the whole idea behind folks that have the GPC cards, the government purchase cards, or the impact cards, they were to go to FedMall first. All right. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why we decided to get involved to pursue a contract with DLA's FedMall marketplace. And then to get this, all that blood, sweat, and tears, and all that hard work for it to be sunsetted, it just takes the wind right out of your sails, right? And in this last paragraph here that says the FedMall marketplace will continue to operate through the end of fiscal year 2024, and vendor catalogs will be removed as of October 1st, 2024. So this right here is just like for all the vendors, and I'm not exactly sure if we got some folks that are in the building who may have a marketplace catalog contract or so. Feel free to drop that in the chat if you do. It looks like we do have some comment that just popped up on the screen here. We got brother Dexter says, just get into DLA, doing research. My company is in transportation and distribution. All right, fantastic, brother Dexter. Fantastic. And yes, the DLA is definitely a great customer for you as it relates to getting involved. And so happy that you are chiming in and getting all the nuggets and the know-how and the cliff notes to position yourself to be successful with the DLA. So fantastic there. All right, cool. So again, back to this particular memo. And again, I'm not going to labor you with all the different nuances here, but that's just like the nuts and bolts of it, that all that hard work that we as FedMall marketplace vendors, we weren't only just scratching the surface as far as sales as related to supporting I guess DLA continuing the marketplace catalogs. So reading this, I believe FedMall will still be in existence. It's just that we as private vendors won't have the ability to sell our products on it. And, I reached out to the AbilityOne Commission when I got this letter and, said, hey, were you guys aware of this? And believe it or not, in the National Industries for the Blind, my point of contact that governs our relationship with them, she was like, no, didn't know anything about it. So I sent her a copy of this letter and she was like, oh, no. So I think that the word is spreading very slowly. And so I thought this would be great just to kind of get the word out and maybe expedite getting folks that may be interested in getting involved in FedMall. And those of you who may actually have a contract with the FedMall marketplace know that, hey, that well is going to dry up and you're going to have to find greener pastures in order to sell your products to federal agencies. All right. So now getting back into the presentation itself. Wherever there is a fall, there is always a rise. There's always a sunrise on the horizon. And that's why, again, I wanted to kind of shout this out and let you guys know that anything in business, you always want to have a backup plan. You want to be able to pivot just in case things that are outside of your control may happen, because Murphy's Law, if it can happen, it will. And so you always want to have a plan B as it relates to especially businesses, like business processes or ways or customers that you may have. Let's say you're part of the 8A program. Know that that is a 9-year program, last I checked, business development program. And after the 9 years, you're going to have an exit strategy. You're going to have to figure out what you can do as a company to continue to support federal agencies. Because a lot of times when you're in the 8A program, you have to, people are buying from you because you're 8A. They're not buying from you because they like you. So you have to make sure that you're like in the weeds, in the trenches, and figuring out what your exit strategies will be and how you can continue to support sales and, that revenue, that book of business above and beyond where you're currently at. And so that's what we did as a company as well. We always knew that, hey, I didn't like the fact that we didn't have a lot of control of our destiny as related to marketing our catalog through DLA's FedMall marketplace. So, we decided to put and invest and partner with our friends over at HEC, and we have our catalog actually in duplicate on an actual e-commerce platform to compete, just in case something like this were to happen. And you guys will probably start to see the rise of AbilityOne program product sources. So you can find AbilityOne products again up until October 1st. You can find them on the for federal procurement agents that are out there. You can find them still on FedMall up until October 1st. You can find them through GSA Advantage. But I've heard horror stories from a lot of federal contractors as well as procurement agents that have the GPC cards or the impact cards that they really don't like going to GSAadvantage.gov to buy because it's just so much red tape and it's just hard to do that. So what we decided to do was kind of help. We wanted to help our federal buyers say, hey, instead of going to those types of platforms, or if your agency doesn't allow you guys to work and buy through Amazon, there are the emergence of GovCon drop shipping opportunities as it relates to selling these types of products, drop shipping these type of federally mandated products to government agencies. And, again, AbilityOne is only one type of brand of products that that the government is by law mandated to buy from. But if you're interested in getting involved and you have contracts that have a requirement that you must provide AbilityOne products in support of those federal contracting vehicles, you have to find a place to buy those types of products. Because again, keep in mind, those procurement agents they're required by law to buy AbilityOne products, and you as federal contractors are required to also support the AbilityOne program by buying those products and reselling or distributing or offering those products to some of those federal contracting vehicles that you may have, whether it be through through the Department of Energy, because I know the Department of Energy has a huge mandate on a lot of those Department of Energy contracts, the DOE contracts, where there's a clause in there for AbilityOne products. So you're going to need to have a place where you can go, a safe place where you can go buy those. Some recommended product brands to consider that underneath the auspices of the AbilityOne program are Source America AbilityOne program. All right. So they actually have a website. Let's go to their website real quick here. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about AbilityOne, I'll drop their website in the chat here. Let me go ahead and drop it in there because FedMall is sunsetting the marketplace, at least our catalog, doesn't mean that AbilityOne is going away. It is here to stay. From the last I checked, I think about $5 billion every year is spent with AbilityOne, with the through the U.S. government procurement agents are buying, that volume of products, and you can learn a lot more about the AbilityOne commission via this website here. As a matter of fact, if you're interested in learning more about like different product sources, and I'm not going to kind of belabor you with going through all the different links here, but I thought one that's really important is distributors. How do you find distributors? And so by going here and clicking on the independent distributor link, then there's a downloadable file here that you can get right off their website. I've already taken the liberty to download the file. I'll pop it on screen here. And so this particular file, once you download it, it's going to give you a running list, and you can see it's number one is the header. So we're going to just scroll all the way down, and you'll see all the different vendors that are authorized AbilityOne distributors. Oh, hey, by the way, guess what? There's our company. We are number 175 in this alphabetical list here. And you'll see, and I say 175 because minus the header, so we actually number 175. But you see a national material supply company. There we are, based out of St. Louis, and there's our partner website, hecdistribution.com, is where you can go and find AbilityOne products. But here, let's keep scrolling down. I'm going to give you an idea of just how many different companies that are out there who are authorized AbilityOne vendors. And so now the list looks like it's 286 total companies out of the thousands of companies that are out there. And these companies have the ability to market, promote, sell, and negotiate pricing to help support your federal supply contracts that you guys may have. In support of the terms and conditions of those, where you are mandated by a law in order to offer AbilityOne program products whenever the opportunity presents itself. All right, so let's get back to the presentation real quick here, because I still want to talk a little bit about more of what AbilityOne products are, and we're going to get into that. So National Industries of the Blind is one of the largest agencies that the AbilityOne program supports. Again, they're all about supporting folks that are visually impaired, have disabilities, and it's just a way to give them some employment to produce products. And Skillcraft is one of the brands that you probably have heard of. Not exactly sure if you guys know much about Skillcraft, but if you can kind of think about tools, you can find Skillcraft products in Home Depot. I mean, they're all over. You can find them in Walmart. You can find them all over the place. This is what the logos look like, guys. So kind of take a look at that. Familiarize yourself with the AbilityOne logo, Skillcraft logo, as well as the National Industries for the Blind. Because from a branding perspective, whenever you see that, you know that any dollar spent, you are supporting the AbilityOne Commission and their efforts for employment and making sure that folks with disabilities have a shot at the table of basically making some money, being employed and affecting the U.S. economy in a very positive way. So always know that those are dollars well spent in support of that. Now, we talked a little bit about our partner, hecdistribution.com, is an authorized distributor, as you saw on the AbilityOne Commission's official site there. Go ahead and kind of give you guys a little test drive of what it's like to go on HEC's website. You can just type in National Industries for the Blind if you like, or if you have a national stock number that you know for a fact is linked back to, because they have over 4,000 national stock numbers that the DLA manages that are part of the AbilityOne program, linked back to the National Industries for the Blind. And so here on our site, we offer 2,136 of those products. Now, keep in mind, we don't have the full catalog because there are certain products that you can't offer to the general public. If you happen to have a national stock number that you can't find, I mean, literally, you can just type in whatever the 13-digit NSN is. You can put the hyphens, or you can do it without the hyphens, and you should be able to locate if those are above board or commercially available national stock numbers. You will be able to find them on hecdistribution.com's website. Now, if there's an NSN that you search for and you can't find it, feel free to shoot our friends an email over at HEC Distribution. I think their email address is sales@hecdistribution.com. You can find it on their website. Shoot them an email with the actual national stock number that you have, and they will be able to provide quoting. Well, they're going to find out if you're a federal contractor, things of that nature as well, and they will be able to provide you price points to support NSNs that may not be readily available on the hecdistribution.com website. But you'll see here, I'm just kind of peruse it a little bit, click around, because a lot of folks are like, hey, Skillcraft, what types of products are those? And keep this in mind, guys. Like this particular feed, these products come straight from our friends over at National Industries for the Blind. Let's see here. I want to see if they have some images. A lot of times these guys don't provide you with images, but they do provide you with the description and the national stock number. Okay, a lot of these are not actual product images. Let me see. I know they should have some images in some of these here. I'm not exactly sure which page had images. All right, a lot of these are not showing you images right now, but these are just kind of like, oh yeah, these are Skillcraft products. Let me see if I can just random walk down Wall Street, see if I can find some that have an actual product image. But as I'm clicking around here, AbilityOne is really about like office supplies, janitorial supplies, tools like wrenches. You know, they do, and from an office supply perspective, like if you kind of think about like post-it notes, so like, you know, like these types of like little notes like this, they are manufactured by the National Industries for the Blind. I thought maybe we would have some images here for products that they may provide. Now, keep in mind, everything is a feed straight from the National Industries for the Blind's their website there, and sometimes these guys do not provide us with product images. And if you're needing some product images just to make sure that you're getting the right exact product, just be sure just to ask a question to the friends over at HEC, and if there are some product images available, I'm sure that they will be able to respond back to you and let you know if there are product images. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not doing fairly well at finding product images because it looks like a lot of them are just like the here, let me click on one of these products real quick here. Yeah, so we got just a lot of all right, are these some? No, these are OTC tools. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, you'll have to have a specific NSN in order to find out if it does exist within HEC. So that's what National Industries for the Blind and the AbilityOne and Skillcraft program is really all about. All right, let's see if we got any questions in the chat there. Any questions? No questions. All right, guys, if you have any questions related to today's topic, feel free to drop in the chat, or if you have just any DLA, general DLA questions that you may have that you'd like me to field, now is the time. You know, I will stick around as long as you guys are engaging and asking questions. There is a little bit more to my presentation as well. I haven't talked a lot about my suite of DLA masterclasses that are out there. So for those of you who are new, it looks like we got 7 concurrent viewers and 5 likes. Thank you for the views and the likes. But hey, guys, for those of you who are maybe like Brother Dexter, that's just kind of getting some information and doing his research, we do offer some fairly robust training programs that are available, Brother Dexter, where you can learn a lot about how to hit the ground rolling with being successful with doing business with the DLA. And I engineered and mastermind a fantastic pre-award masterclass. I call it my 8 steps to successful federal supply contract bid submissions to the DLA. This particular masterclass is my flagship masterclass. It's the first class that I ever created when I got involved with doing consulting. And it literally is going to be from start to finish and how you can get registered, you'll learn a lot about some third-party software that we utilize in-house in order to manage all the vast array of DLA solicitations that are out there, and how to basically submit a bid successfully on the DLA's DIBBS Internet Bid Board System, which stands for DIBBS. This masterclass is all about that. And once you are able to, learn all that and master that, and you're out there bidding and you win your first contract, we also have part of my training, my 360-degree masterclass, our training program, DLA contractor training program. We also offer the 4 steps to general post-award processes to successfully complete supply contracts with the DLA. So we also offer a post-award masterclass that says, hey, you got a DLA contract in hand. What do you do next? This particular course, Brother Dexter will answer all those questions as it relates to how to bag and tag, how to ship, and how to invoice the DLA successfully, because you don't want to make mistakes when you get to this level with the DLA, because again, you're supporting the warfighter, and the DLA doesn't do a fantastic job on training new vendors on how to be successful. So these masterclasses were designed specifically to help you and empower you along your journey so that you don't bump your head and skin your knee along the way and waste a lot of money and time trying to figure things out. So these classes were designed just for beginners as well as seasoned government contractors that may just want to figure out ways of scaling their business beyond where they're at now. And we also offer within the 360-degree DLA contractor program, you also get a bonus masterclass, which is my 4 steps to fast track enhanced Joint Certification Program, which stands for JCP, JCP certification for controlled technical documents. So for a lot of those, lot of vendors that get involved with the DLA, DLA has two types of products. They have commercial off the shelf, and then they have custom manufactured products. The custom manufactured products are a little bit more convoluted because you'll have to have access to technical control data, whether it be engineering drawings that show you the orthogonal and isometric views of a particular part and how to build it, whether you're machining it out of titanium, aluminum, or even some wood products that the DLA is buying. You have to have technical control documents to work with a manufacturing base of American companies and or Canadian companies. This is what the JCP certification program is all about. So for those of you who may have access to DIBBS and you're clicking on there and you see that little icon for technical control documents, when you click that link, it may say talk to the hand, not to the face, because you don't have EJCP certification to have access to these export control documents. Well, this particular masterclass will help to remove that hand out of your face so you can get access to those drawings and either, work again with your manufacturing base, or if your company is a pure manufacturer and you have lathes and end mills and torches and you have the know-how and the right certifications, whether you're ISO 9001 certified and you have the Six Sigma processes and all those good things that go with manufacturing, you will need to be EJCP certified in order to gain access to those drawings to help support the DLA in their procurement efforts of supporting the warfighter. And last but not least, we also offer, and I think I'm having, okay, cool. We also offer for those of you who are looking for a more advanced interactive training programs, we offer a 3-day interactive advanced DLA vendor training workshop. It's a fantastic workshop. I had a few companies who have participated with it since I've launched these particular workshops, which are fantastic. We hold them monthly, and you'll have to be a part of my DLA vendor network or be a part of my newsletter in order to get, or be a member of the channel in order to get access to when I'll be hosting these particular advanced DLA vendor workshops. But by all means, you can click on the link that you see on screen there, nms-e-learning-systems.thinkific.com, and you can get more information on the master classes and the training programs that I have available. And you can always, see exactly what the DLA guru is cooking. So feel free to take a look at what I have to offer in order to empower you. Because guys, my background is mechanical engineering. So I approach this from an engineering perspective, and I've built an architecture and systems and processes in order to support small businesses who don't want to skin their knee and bump their head. They want to kind of hit the ground running. Hey, the DLA Guru is the place for you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I hope that a lot of that information will support the growth of your company. Now, I get a lot of folks that take a look at the content, take a look at the videos, and they're still kind of on the fence. And if you guys want to talk with me, yours truly, DLA Guru, feel free to book a 15-minute pre-screening phone call with me. And if you look in the chat, I have it pinned in the comments there, I believe. Well, actually, no, I have a newsletter that's pinned in the comments there. But if you're interested in talking with me and you want to chat with yours truly, DLA Guru, let me go ahead and drop that in the chat as well. And for those of you who may be looking at this video on the replay, you can also find that information on the replay in the description of this particular video. But for those of you who are in the building right now, I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat there. Feel free to bookmark that, pin it. If you ever want to talk to me, yours truly, the DLA Guru, on a one-on-one. Again, it's a 15-minute pre-screening phone call. And in this call, I'm just basically going to learn a little bit more about you. You can learn more about me, ask some specific questions as it relates to your DLA journey, where you're at as a company. And if I believe any of my training programs will help you. And of course, if I don't feel like my training programs will help you, hey, I'll let you know that as well. So that has, a lot of folks have been taking advantage of that. So fantastic to those folks that are reaching out to me and learn a little bit more about, what this is all about. It's amazing how many people are just kind of nervous. They're like, hey, I don't want to make a mistake and find myself in a federal penitentiary somewhere. But hey, folks like myself and other content creators in the space, that is why we're putting in the blood, sweat, and tears of getting the word out so that we can help you guys along the way. Because, man, we've been doing this for a very long time. And it's just great. Warms my heart that I'm in a place to support you with your DLA journey. And last but not least, I highly, highly recommend you guys consider joining my DLA vendor network. We are beginning to grow exponentially, and we're growing in so many different ways. It's so many different companies reaching out, wondering, learning more about how, what we're doing and bringing to the table, how it can potentially benefit their company, as well as, just expand their reach and expand access to different markets that they may not have had access to in the past. This is what the DLA vendor network is really all about. It's going to be a safe place for you guys to just hobnob with other folks that are just like you. And I think I have that in the chat as well. But if I don't, let me go ahead and put this in the chat. Let's see here. I thought I had it in the chat. Yeah, here it is. And you want to request to join my DLA vendor network. And I'm doing a lot of activity over there on LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is just a great platform for you guys to get involved. So I'll put that in the chat as well. Looks like we got 5 concurrent viewers, 5 likes. Fantastic. So take a look at the chat. Just kind of scroll through there. You'll see some of my links there. Feel free to click on those links so you can gain access to some of the content that I have out there, and get involved, guys. This is where it really is all about. You want to get involved. Okay, taking a look at the chat right now. Looks like Brother Dexter, he says he joined the commander. So Brother Dexter, you are a commander. Fantastic. It doesn't have the little icon by your name there. So you may be logged into a different profile. So you want to make sure whenever you're trying to access the content that if you have multiple profiles on YouTube, that you're logged into the actual profile that's connected to, your subscription. That's how you're able to bring up, the videos that are strictly for commander level members that are like not readily available to the general public, just for members' eyes only. All right. So thank you, Brother Dexter, for joining as a commander. But I think, again, you're logged into the wrong profile because your icon doesn't show you have the commander status. And so that's how you'll always be able to hit all the relevant content, whether it be on your smartphone, whether it be on your laptop or your iPad. That's how you gain access to all that type of information. All right. Fantastic. Do we have any people in the building with a direct DLA question? Because you got to have some questions for me. I'm the DLA guru. Hey, free information. Feel free to drop something. If you have a national stock number, I have no problem with taking a look at the national stock number, me letting you know my thoughts about that national stock number, an angle that I would approach of either reaching out to the manufacturer of record, or if I believe that it's a one that you should be stocking because of the DLA, like if there's a lot of demand for it, I can do that analysis right here on the fly. So Brother James, I'm sure you got something in the building that you'd like me to take a look at. Feel free to drop that NSN or the solicitation in the chat, and I wouldn't mind filling that for you. It looks like I've been on here for about 42 minutes. Hey, I love all the eyes and ears on the content. Look like we had 8 concurrent viewers. Now it's down to 5. It's kind of bouncing around. We're doing a little ebbing and flowing. But feel free to drop those in the chat. I'm here for you guys. I'll stick around as long as you're around, right? So for those of you who may not have any questions and you're like, okay, learn a little bit about FedMall, learn a little bit about it being sunsetted. Now I know where we can go and buy the products. Yes, www.hecdistribution.com is where you want to go, get that information. I want to thank you guys for watching today. If you're interested in a one-on-one with me, just like, cam up and mic up on Zoom, feel free to send me an email. And here, I'll go ahead and make this a little large for those of you in the back of the building there. You can email me at fed.contracting@nmsupply.com. Let me know that you'd like to book a session, and I'll send you over the corresponding links where you can align your calendar with mine, and we can have a one-on-one. Right now, I'm offering 30-minute or 1-hour contracted consultations with me to talk anything and everything related to your company, business development. I mean, this is all about government, the GovCon space, and working directly with vendors who have been in it, who have skinned their knee, bumped their head, got the successes in order to support you on your federal contracting journey. This is what this is all about, guys. All right, cool. So it looks like we got some comments in the chat. He says you got to do some interviews some interviews like your competition, sir. Yeah, yeah. Hey, believe it or not, James, I got a ton of like videos like that, man. With interviews with folks. Just me personally, I look at that, the interviews, and I see, a lot of folks in the gov kind of space doing a lot of interviews and stuff, man. And hey, brother James, you're an engineer just like me. I have some of those types of videos in my catalog. I'm really all about, I'm not about fluff, man. I'm really about trying to get in with companies that have are looking for business processes. They're looking for ways of just 10xing their business and getting involved so that they don't make mistakes, and having a coach that's a real person. I'm not here to, pander and say you could become a multi-millionaire. That's just not the way that I want. Everything is, I always tell folks that reach out to me and talk one-on-one. This is a marathon and not a sprint, but it's a repeatable business model that you can work from home and literally change the trajectory of your business. And especially if you have, the know-how and access, to vendors, and you are able to shake hands and kiss babies and grow your business, man. Being able to consult with folks like me, I think, was only going to support. I always kind of look at consultants, lawyers, doctors, or whatever it may be, are just like, it's like insurance, man. It's like you have an insurance policy. If something goes wrong, you have a place where you can go and get some answers to help you out of a jam. So that's what my content's all about. But yeah, brother James, I'm very aware of what other content creators are out there doing, and I'm just kind of doing it by my own beat. As he says here, he says it'll help spread the word and make people motivated. Yeah, man. Like, people are motivated. I mean, we're growing. People are, investing in the masterclass and things of that nature. So I know that the word is getting out to those of you, who have the ear to listen, and they can really, go through some of the content and say, yeah, man, this is where we need to be. And then brother James says, you got to post them. Yeah, well, yeah, we do. Some of them I do post, and some of them I don't. I just don't want to just have it be like this whole, trying to, motivate people in that way. It just seems like it's not the best way of going about it, in my opinion. And brother Dexter says, okay, yes, I'm on the phone and not on iPad. Okay, cool. Yeah, brother Dexter. Fantastic there. So, hey, do we have any folks that are talking about national stock numbers? Let's see, we got 3 concurrent viewers, 5 likes. All right. Looks like the views are kind of chiming off right now. No problem, guys. Again, the topic isn't probably something that's affecting every single person that chimes in with me, my loyal subscribers. But I just really want to get some of that content out about what's new and happening with the DLA. I want to be the place that you guys come to find anything and everything related to the DLA. And, that's my mission. So let's see. Any further last comments popping in here? No last comments popping in. All right, guys. Well, hey, it's a August Saturday morning. I am looking forward to brunch today. Hopefully you guys are out there enjoying your summer. You're getting involved in figuring out processes and position yourself to do business with the federal government, because they are the world's largest customer. You want to get involved in finding an angle, a way to do business with the federal government. And I recommend the DLA as a customer that you definitely want to have in your hip pocket. Again, guys, they spend over $50 billion a year. So why not position yourself to get your piece of the pie? They are very small business centric, and with the right coaching and the right teaming and the right community, I'm 100% confident that you guys will be successful in doing business with the DLA. So without any further ado, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you guys at the top.